Welcome to another episode of Pear Tree Ranchin. Okay, back again. Can't tell. I got the trailer. We're kind of wrapping up training for almost the season. So fall, winter, and spring, we do a lot of training and things at home here in Florida. And I'm fixing to get wrapped up and head out on the road for clinic season. And to make sure that these horses are ready to go home, we're going to go through each horse and put them on the trailer. Some of them I've been working with that. Some of them it's a non-event, but it'll be a good exercise to get them out and have at least part of their session today be getting on the trailer. And so we'll look at each horse, talk about the differences, and talk about how I like to look at trailer loading from a training perspective and how I'm gonna build on that and have the horse tell me what they're ready for and what they need more of. So let's start getting some horses in that trailer. Okay, first up we got Baby. So this is a horse that when we went and pick her up, we needed to load her at liberty because you couldn't really catch her, you couldn't get a halter on her, and it was just kind of safer for everybody to do it loose. So we did it from a round pen, back the trailer up, open up the panels and load her that way. So we're gonna play with the trailer, and I'm just looking for effort to get in, not pulling on the halter, not leaning on the stick, confidence in the trailer, confidence with the yielding when I ask, can you get in there please? And then look at that she waits to come out till I ask. So for me, I'm gonna cluck, that means get in, and then I'm gonna kiss, 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 and that's the super secret cue to mean come on out. So she's here and nibbling some grass. Let's see what she thinks about getting on that trailer. All right, that was a pretty easy deal. So what took the longest was fixing the mat. When she was jumping out of there, a bit worried at first, the mat was shooting up on the inside, and I was having to fix that mat. And that's just, again, a measuring stick on her being a little bit overexcited, bothered, scared, worried, however you want to label it. She was doing more than she needed to do versus stepping down 1 foot at a time quietly. And so we just allowed her to do that. I did have to pause to fix the mat to keep it safe for her to not slip on the aluminum floor. But once she had enough reps of just being allowed to go in and out of there, she found her way to not feel like she had to hurry or worry. And she was obedient kind of from the start about getting in. She was just a little nervous, overexcited coming out, which we just go, no big deal. You get to just practice again until she did enough reps that she didn't put extra energy. I want to teach horses to be minimalists. Do the minimal amount, the least amount of energy necessary to get the task done. I want them putting effort in, not dogging me and holding back, but not overdoing it. Just enough. So that keeps everything in balance. So I'm really pleased with that. And then I just let her in and out, backed her out, made sure she could send in, turn around and come out confidently and quietly, and then lead in and back out. So nice and easy, and just a good gauge on how is she for that, and did we need to spend any time on. And with all the confidence and yielding that we've been teaching her, doing the obstacles, the trailer isn't really the problem when people are having trailer loading issues. Usually it's a confidence and a yielding problem. So let's grab another horse and see what they think about it. Good girl. Okay, we got little baby Tarzan, little yearling, and he did make it to farrier day. The farrier was just here this week, and he stood like a big boy in the aisle, got his feet all trimmed up. So that was a big success, all the work we did. And we've been doing the bridge and the car wash and things like that, getting them happy and confident leading in out of the barn, catching. So now we're gonna revisit the trailer, and it didn't take me much to get him on the trailer when I picked him up. It took more work to just get him roped and caught. So we're just gonna again play with this for reps and keep him confident and happy to kind of come out and play. He's plenty dirty, and it's just from being happy and comfortable in his pen and his space, and laying down in there and rolling. So that just lets us know that he's kind of happy little horse and should be set up to go home and kind of keep growing up, where he can come back for further development in the future. So let's go visit with the trailer. Notice I said visit. A big part of helping these horses get and stay confident is not forcing and rushing the issue of get on the trailer. So you can go kind of just visit each horse. I'm gonna walk up, lean on the trailer and just hang out there. And that gives me a chance to read the horse. How are they just getting up there, and wait for them to get curious. Unless they're fussing so hard about getting up there, then we maybe need to play some confidence and yielding games to just get in the vicinity of the trailer. So we're gonna go up there and visit with the trailer and start letting him load himself up on there. right, all right, all right. So we just started with visiting, and he loaded himself in that trailer like 2-3 times. And then when he came out excited, right? Did too much. Jumped, ran, started to pull on the rope a little bit. Hi, baby. You're a good boy. And we just waited kind of until that point. Just let him load and unload himself. I'll make a deal with the horse when I'm trailer loading. You can come out as many times as you want. I just get to ask you back in as many times as I want. And that way they can approach and retreat all they need. And once it got to the point where he was kind of like, yeah, I loaded and I'm done with that game, then we worked on the yielding and the confidence from me being the leader. Because in the beginning, when he loads himself, he's just being curious and taking care of that. Once that wears off, then we really look at, cool, well, would he do it if I say so and ask, versus just because he was in the mood. And that's where we played a little bit. So just keeping that balance of keeping him off the rope and the stick, the flag, and then allowing him to find his way. And then we just released eventually. Once he went up in there, he blew out. He kind of stayed on his own and then walked off soft and quiet. Good boy. What, you want to be on the camera? And once he was able to do that, he came out quiet and he never pulled on the rope and was trying to go somewhere else. He just came off the trailer and came to me for a cuddle. So that's right where I'd quit him, because he was happy to be obedient and get on when I asked. He was confident being on, and he was confident in how he came off. Okay. Good little boy. And that just starts building up these young horses, or continues building them up, where they are confident in our leadership, but also our companionship. So that way they know we're their friend, but we might need to be the leader too, and that's okay. Good man. All right, we'll go grab another one. Okay, so we've got Manhattan, and we've been getting this horse going. We just did his first saddling, not for you guys, but I did that yesterday. We've done the bareback pad, you have seen that. And his first mounting that I did. And we talked about he's been ridden, but to me he's very immature. He acts a lot like a 2-year-old, even though he's 4. But he's really kind of just gotten settled, and I just been waiting for him to kind of give me the thumbs up, I'm ready, instead of me pushing him. And I encourage him. There's a difference between encouraging a horse and pushing a horse. And come on, let's go. Yeah, hi buddy. See, and he just kind of comes up and rubs on me and interacts, and you could hardly lead this horse out of the stall when he first got here. I think they drugged him when they trailered him over here, so I'm not sure on that, and it's irrelevant really. All that matters is how is he now, and the only reason we bring that up is to kind of go, there's where we were, here's where we've gotten to. So we're gonna see how he goes. I haven't messed with the trailer with him, I don't think, since he's been here. We've mostly been just getting him to learn some communication skills on the ground, and then gain some confidence with the obstacles, and getting ready for riding. So we're just about at that point to start riding him, but let's see how he goes with the trailer. Okay. So let's break this down for a second and talk about what were we doing here. We used our driving energy, shush, shush, shush with the stick. He's kind of the first one that really made me kind of tap on him and say, come on, let's make effort. And what we looked for is with 1, 2, 3, what would that mean to him? And if it meant nothing, I had to 1, 2, 3 again till I got some form of acknowledgement that there was pressure there. Now, once he made effort and started acknowledging the trailer, we left him alone, right? And then we'd cuddle on him and he'd rock back, and then we'd ask again, can you make effort? And if you're interested, there's a whole trailer loading series. You go patreon.com/Pear Tree Ranch, you can sign up. There's a whole 4-part trailer loading series that explains this. But the short version is there's a couple of lines we need to be aware of. The try line, where he puts his nose forward and makes effort. The fear line, which lays right beyond that. That's why we don't shush him when he's making forward progress. We back off, so that way the pressure is here and he moves away into comfort. Okay, hot lava outside the trailer, comfort in, and then good boy. And then there's a spank line where that encouragement line, and when his nose is on the try line, you measure to his booty, and that line is where I'm not going to spank past, and that way it's fair game. If he's got his nose forward and trying, I'm not going to be shushing and spanking him. Okay, and once we kind of blocked him when he came out, there's a time I cuddled him, but then he went to kind of push through me, and I just asked him back and move the stick straight up and down in a line to just not let him turn. He kind of got honest about really looking at the trailer, and that's when you saw him choose to stay. Okay, so that's kind of the breakdown of what that was. Again, if you were interested in the step-by-step how-to videos, those are all on Patreon. Huh, buddy. And we got a great trailer loading series over there for you. All right, we're gonna keep going and keep playing, but I just wanted to make sure we explain, what are you looking at, what are you seeing me work on, and what am I looking for? And I'm mostly looking for effort, that he respects. When I shush with the stick, he tries to make effort, and then he doesn't blow through me or pull on the rope. Okay, make the agreement. He can come out as many times as he wants, but I can ask him in as many times as I want. Okay, all right, come on, buddy. So again, you saw me ask him. He was confident to walk right up, front feet in. Okay, the nose isn't really on the try line. That was kind of the same old thing. So I asked him, hey, make some effort. He thought forward, back, and all 4 feet up and in there. Then we allowed him to just back out, and he took himself further in, turned around. We allowed him to come out. We did that 3 or 4 times, and then you saw me start kind of putting the flag in front of him to see if I couldn't catch his attention, to just ease him up a second, where he could realize he could stay and hang out. And I just want to leave it right there, because that's great progress from me having no gauge to him making effort and quickly kind of pausing to stay in there. That's something I can build on a lot, and I would just rather build that over sessions versus get him overly amped up. Right now it's pretty hot now in Florida. We're getting warm this week, so he was sweaty under his fly mask on his face even before we started. So just paying attention to those things to keep him feeling good, taken care of, and being progressive. So really good day of trailer loading. Okay, there's a busy day of trailer loading. The idea for today was really to give you guys a couple of different looks at different ages and stages of horses, and that sets us up to kind of see then different application of pressure and setup to get these horses to choose to go in the trailer. And that's really, for me, what trailer loading is all about. Any of the obstacle stuff is getting the horse to choose to want to participate, choose to want to find the answer that we're looking for and do our idea and make it their own. So getting the horse to choose where the pressure is outside the trailer, and they want to choose to go up in there and get confident and comfortable. With the progress on each of these horses, we could revisit this another day. I would want to slowly build this up and increase speed, so the speed at which they go in the trailer, length that they stay in the trailer on their own accord, and then distance, where I could build distance that I asked them to go, where they could then, you know, at liberty from 100 feet away, I give them the get in the trailer and they run over there and get up in. So and this is something you have to prioritize. Is that important to have your horse doing that, or is that just a for fun project? And I've done this with lots of different horses. For me, it's can be a fun project, and it just gets to test the commitment level of each horse. So if you like what we're doing and you're enjoying following along for Pear Tree Ranchin, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. If you want to get subscribed, click here. And if you want to see the next video, click over here. We'll see you next time.